Alrighty. Hey guys, Stan the Man here. Today we're gonna be doing another WWE top 10 like we usually do. And today's topic is top 10 holy shit moments in WWE. I mean, there's been so many of these over the years, like massive suplexes off of structures, people returning, doing insane, crazy stunts. There's just been so many over the years. Now, I tried to avoid in this list, like, redoing as many people as possible. Like, for example, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's whole career is holy shit. So, I only tried to do, like, one or two of his moments. But, yeah, these go all the way back to early 2000s and stuff like that. As always, like always, these aren't in any specific order of any type of any way. So, yeah, let's get right into this. At number 10, we have The Big Show and Brock Lesnar breaking the ring. Now, this all started at Survivor Series 2003, where Big Show and Brock Lesnar were having a match, Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship, and Paul Heyman turned on Brock Lesnar and teamed up with Big Show and was the new WWE Champion. So this led to a rivalry for weeks, months upon end. Brock Lesnar picking Big Show up, F5ing him. They also had a crazy match, a stretcher match. That was really insane. Brock Lesnar throwing Big Show around like a rag doll. But then there was an episode of SmackDown where they were having just a regular match in the ring, and it ended up Big Show was getting on the top rope to try and finish Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar suplexed the Big Show, the entire ring broke, the referee went flying, the crowd went crazy. Up to that point, that had never been done before. It was just a crazy moment. Overall, definitely a OMG holy shit moment. At number 9, we have John Cena AAing Edge off a ladder through 2 tables. Now, this all started at New Year's Revolution 2006, where John Cena was defending the WWE Championship in an Elimination Chamber match. After being in for almost an hour, John Cena had won, but then Mr. McMahon came out and said, "You have to face this man," and it was Edge cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, which he won and beat John Cena. So we make it to the next pay-per-view, Unforgiven. Edge versus Cena in a tables, ladders, and chairs match in Edge's hometown of Toronto. This match was crazy, crazy spots with ladders, jumping off ladders, steel chairs, Edge's specialty, Then you make it to the end of the match. Cena and Edge are on top of the ladder. He grabs Edge off the top of the ladder and AAs him through 2 tables, and Cena wins the WWE Championship. Definitely a crazy, insane, dangerous spot. At number 8, we have Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off a ladder. Now, it was a 6-man ladder match, Dudley's, Hardy's, and Edge and Christian. I believe the first time they did this match was at SummerSlam. The show was amazing. Edge and Christian won the titles after. But then they wanted to do it again at WrestleMania, TLC 2. So they really had to outdo their performance from SummerSlam. But it was crazy, people jumping off ladders, getting hit with ladders, the Dudley Boys 3D'ing people through tables, just everyone being risky, falling off ladders, doing crazy stuff. We make it a bit through the match where Jeff Hardy is holding on to the titles, and Bubba takes the ladder away from him, and he's just hanging up there. Edge happened to be on another ladder, and he decided to jump off and spear Jeff Hardy down to the mat. He had to be freaking 20 feet up in the air, and it was just insane, dangerous. He had to break Hardy right in half. It was something else. At number 7, we have Shane McMahon jumping off the Hell in the Cell onto The Undertaker. Now, some episode of Raw in 2016, they were doing like a McMahon Legacy Award or something. Vince was going to give it to Stephanie. All of a sudden, after like 5 years, Shane McMahon comes out gets in the ring, pretty much says you're a disgrace to the McMahon family. Then it comes to Shane McMahon wants to run Raw. Vince said, alright, you just need to beat The Undertaker. So, for weeks back and forth, Undertaker would come up, chokeslam McMahon. You see Shane McMahon put him through the announce table here. But they end up making it to WrestleMania. A really crazy match. Coast to coast. Chokeslam on the steel stairs. Somehow, one or another, they end up breaking out of the Hell in the Cell. Shane hits Taker in the head with a monitor. He climbs up the Hell in the Cell and jumps off onto The Undertaker. Except The Undertaker moved and Shane missed. No one has ever, voluntarily jumped off the Hell in the Cell like that. So that was just really crazy, and no one has ever seen something so crazy like that before. At number 6, we have Edge spearing Mick Foley through a flaming table. Now, earlier, like we said, Edge lost the WWE Championship at Unforgiven to John Cena. A few weeks later on Raw, he challenges him to his rematch, and Mick Foley is the referee, and Cena ends up winning the championship, retaining it. So Edge's past pretty much said Foley screwed him out of the match, and not long after that, there was WrestleMania. They had one of the craziest hardcore matches ever. Thumbtacks into the back, barbed wire baseball bats. Around the end of the match, Lita pulls a table out and puts lighter oil on it and lights it on fire. And Edge knocks Mick Foley on the outside of the apron and spears Mick Foley through the fire. Edge went into shock. There was blood everywhere. But he ended up being able to cover Mick Foley and winning the match. I still haven't seen anything that cool with fire since that time. At number 5, we have Kurt Angle suplexing Shane McMahon through glass. Now, he worked quite a bit this show. He went against Christian in the King of the Ring first match. And then he ended up going against Edge, which he had lost because Shane McMahon had cost him the match and Edge had won. So later on in that night, they had a scheduled street fight because they were actually rivaling a little before. Really insane. Trash can. Shane McMahon, he's a hardcore pro. There was one point where Angle got suplexed on the ramp, broke his tailbone, but they ended up making it to the top where there was a glass wall. You see here, he goes to suplex Shane McMahon through it. The glass doesn't break and he falls right on top of his head. I mean, concussion right there. Vince even wanted the match to stop, but he didn't. And they eventually ended up going through the glass. But, landing right on your head off a suplex. Big E just got his neck broke from that. So, yeah, in the end, Angle ended up winning the match. But that was definitely a oh my god moment right there. At number 4, we have Brock Lesnar doing a shooting star press right onto his head. Now, as we talked earlier, the Big Show had won the WWE Championship, and Kurt Angle had challenged him to a match at Armageddon, which Kurt Angle ended up winning. The next pay-per-view was the Royal Rumble, and Brock Lesnar ended up winning the Royal Rumble, which means he got to pick a championship match at WrestleMania, which was none other than Kurt Angle. This match was just a classic of two pure, awesome, strong wrestlers. Brock Lesnar gorilla pressing, Kurt Angle, the mat-based pro wrestler. It was just insane. Kurt Angle was getting ready to leave after he came into the match with a broken neck. But Brock Lesnar hit the F5, couldn't get him done. So he decided to go up onto the top rope and do a shooting star press. As you see here, the airtime, you can just see him in the air. He ended up landing right on his head and missing Kurt Angle. Despite that, he ended up winning the WWE Championship. And both of them went to the hospital after that match. Brock Lesnar could have broken his neck and been paralyzed right there. Definitely an insane moment. At number 3, we have Mankind getting chokeslammed through the Hell in a Cell. This all started at Unforgiven, where Dude Love would go against Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE Championship. The Undertaker came down and cost Dude Love the WWE Championship, which led to them fighting at Bad Blood, I believe it was, with Mankind going against The Undertaker. The match started on top of the Hell in the Cell, and as you infamously know, he got thrown off the Hell in the Cell. But that's not on here because that was actually planned. Although it was crazy after he got thrown off the cell, he got back up and got in the match. He went back up onto the cell, and Undertaker chokeslammed him on it, and he ended up going through, landing right on his head. That wasn't planned. It was crazy. You even look at interviews with Undertaker. He says he thought that Mick Foley died. That was just such a crazy bump. It had to be just 15 feet just onto your back onto the ring. Definitely a scary, dangerous moment. At number 2, we have Sabu DDTing Rey Mysterio through a table. This was at One Night Stand ECW pay-per-view. A lot of it was like about invading each other and this and that. So it ended up kind of these two high flyers, Rey Mysterio and Sabu, had a hardcore match. You know, it was crazy, doing flips off of chairs, baseball bats, whole bunch of crazy stuff like that. And then we make it to the end of the match where Rey Mysterio's standing on a table that's wedged on the barricade and the ring. Sabu jumps off a chair, bounces onto the top rope, and DDTs Rey. They both landed horribly, and the match ended immediately. I mean, that was so dangerous. Rey so easily could have broken his neck. And it's just one of those things that has always stuck in my mind ever since I saw that move. And at number 1, we have Jeff Hardy jumping off the Titantron set on the Randy Orton. Now, as you know, Jeff Hardy won the WWE Championship at Armageddon 2008, which was at the end of the year. The next pay-per-view was Royal Rumble, which he took on Randy Orton, and Randy ended up defeating Jeff Hardy for his only WWE Championship. Also, earlier in that year, Randy Orton punted Matt Hardy and took him out of action. So, you know, Randy was just talking garbage on the mic, and Jeff came out and just had enough of it, beat the living hell out of him, and jumped off the Titantron onto Randy. This was one of the coolest things I had ever seen. Everyone was behind him. You know, it's Jeff Hardy's thing to do just crazy shit like that, and was definitely one of them OMG awesome crazy moments. Alrighty guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. Overall, I think I did a really good job on this video. I tried to bring some GIFs so you guys could really see the impact of these crazy moments and stuff like that. I apologize, I've been slacking a little bit with, you know, my birthday stuff and Christmas stuff coming around the corner. But, yeah, guys, the channel's just doing really good. I'm really proud. I just want to thank everybody for subscribing and just viewing the channel and commenting. I just really appreciate it. So, yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. As always, if you like the video, hit that thumbs up button down below. And I will see you guys in the next video.